we are VR service, like in the last tutorial. Sorry for the delay on these videos. Sorry about the background noise. Anyways, so last time I very poorly explained a lot of things, so some things may be a review from last time. So let's go ahead and get started. Today we're just going to be going over some of the functions of VR service. Alright, so looking here at some of the functions, we have get touchpad mode, which, as it says here, returns the VR touchpad mode, indicating the mode of the specified VR touchpad, which pretty much, touchpad pretty much means like the VR controller. And it'll return, if you call on this function, it will return the specific, like, left or right controller that player is using. So let's say you have a button that they press with one of their controllers as like UI or something, and you want it to only be accessible to the left touchpad or something. I don't know, but that's what it is. And I'll just quickly go ahead and have this base plate opened right here. Now, the functions of VR service only really work within a local script because it's specific to one player and one player only. So first, of course, we have to reference it. Game service VR service. So now we've referenced it, and VR service. We're gonna go into that dot get get touchpad mode, and this is going to return like it. So for example, if we said local touchpad equals, then it would set it to the player's touchpad mode. So different touchpad modes could be touch VR touchpad left or right. Those are the only two. So it will return left or right, and yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Ignore a few of these, like maybe we'll do a quick little brief explanation. I'm not really too sure what they are either, but we have get user C-frame returns a C-frame describing the position and orientation of the specified virtual reality device. So it'll tell you the position and orientation of pretty much where you're looking around within the 3D space. Get C-frame enabled returns true if specified user C-frame is available to be listened to, which means if you can figure out what it is, then it will return true. If you can't, it will return false. Recenter user head C-frame recenters the C-frame to the current location, the VR headset being worn by the user. Pretty much like recentering yourself in a VR game. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. We'll talk more about these later. Request navigation to specified C-frame using the specified user C-frame as the origin of the visualizer parabola. I probably pronounced that wrong. Yep, let's just skip this. I have no clue what it is. We'll do that in another video. Sets the mode of the specified VR touchpad for touchpad mode. Oh, whoa, I did not. So that pretty much, instead of getting left or right, it will set whether it's left or right. So then we have just some of this stuff. Clear all children, clone, all of that. This is not anything not much you can really use there, but events is what pretty important stuff here. Navigation requested. So that means if you use the function request navigation, then it will fire over here to navigation requested. Touchpad mode change, that will fire every time if you set touchpad mode, I believe. User C-frame enable and user C-frame change. Yep, that's. Oh, so sorry, I'm going too fast. Alright, so here we have a code example down here from Roblox. So you reference VR service, and then you can see if user C-frame is changed, and then it'll print stuff. So you do VRservice.user C-frame change, connect, and then we'll fire this function which prints out a bunch of different stuff. So there's another thing, pretty self-explanatory thing, or no, a couple of things actually, that are really useful that I was looking for here. Alright, here they are, properties. So we have GUI input user C-frame. Describe what user C-frame is responsible for input in VR. Talk about that later. VR device available. I believe that is if like you're not using it, but it's there. It's there. Pretty sure that's what it means. VR device name. That'll be the name of the virtual reality device that you are using. And I don't believe it means like the name of the product, more so like the name of like the device. Like if you have a desktop computer, it'll be like desktop number and stuff like that. So if you're enabled, pretty self-explanatory. What it does is it will tell you whether the person is using the VR or not. So VRservice enabled, and yeah, so that's property. So we do if VRservice.VR enabled equals true, then print the player is using a VR. Then else would be if it's false, print player is not using a VR. Sorry about my loud keyboard. So pretty much if you're trying to make a game specified that you can have on multiple devices including VR, then you could use this to see if the player's on VR or not. So if we go ahead and click play, it should print, just clear this, it should print that I'm not using a VR. Alright, output. Argument 1, oh wait, yeah, oh sorry, just delete that. There we go. Player is not using VR. See? And then you could maybe make it so, like, if you're not using a VR, it'll teleport you to a different level or something. Yeah. So, moving on. So, a lot of these properties will only work if the player is using a VR, because I don't think it's going to know the VR device name if it doesn't exist, along with the VR device available. Once again, it doesn't exist. So, we'll go over some of this stuff over here. It's not user input service, also contains several events and functions. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff you can go into user input service and it'll work just fine too. But I kind of recommend VRservice because then 100% sure it has all the things you need pretty much for making a Roblox VR game. For watching, also comment down below whether I should just make one long video explaining a ton of stuff, or if I should keep up with short videos. And yeah, also my new Oculus Quest game will be releasing outside Roblox, so do recommend go checking that out. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.